Welcome to the Explainer. So, you've got the technical skills for your job totally nailed down, right? But what about the day-to-day human interactions? If those tend to leave you feeling stressed or completely uncertain, you are in exactly the right place. Today we're diving into a fascinating concept and a really practical tool called LeadKind. We're going to explore how it acts as this vital bridge between sheer technical competence and true, presence-led leadership. It's funny, isn't it? We spend years in school. We get our degrees, we master the software and the data, we completely understand the technical side of our jobs. But the human element, the messy, unpredictable reality of working with actual people, that usually leaves us feeling totally unprepared. It's the human part of work that trips us up, simply because no one ever formally taught us how to handle it. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit 1. The human part of work. 2. Presence before position. 3. A fail-safe rehearsal environment. 4. Building trust through action. 5. Translating values into behavior. And finally, 6. Stepping into grounded leadership. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Section 1, the human part of work. We're talking about navigating the unseen challenges of leadership. Before we can solve anything, we really need to acknowledge those hidden, high-stress moments that catch us entirely off guard. Picture this. You're sitting in a performance review. Your manager drops some constructive criticism, and instantly, bam, your heart races, your stomach drops, you feel this intense, burning urge to just defend yourself. How do you actually process that feedback, calmly, in real time, without throwing up a massive wall? Or, okay, how about this? You get a confusing, multi-paragraph email from your boss or a client. You are literally terrified to admit you have no idea what they want because you think it'll make you look bad. How do you ask for clarity without feeling like a total imposter? And look, we all mess up. It happens. But how do you go about repairing that relationship and rebuilding trust after you drop the ball? You see, these aren't just fluffy, soft skills you can brush off. These are absolutely crucial human capacities. They trigger our deepest professional anxieties, and they really dictate how successful we'll ultimately be. Which brings us to Section 2, presence before position. The idea that leadership actually begins with you. LeadKind completely flips the script here. It says leadership starts way before you get that fancy promotion. It's all about presence-led leadership. Basically, this means leading yourself first. It's about how you regulate, how you communicate, listen, carry responsibility, and respond when the heat is on. Seriously, before you can successfully manage a team of 5 or 50 people, you absolutely must learn to manage your own internal reactions. That is what true leadership looks like. Moving right into Section 3, a fail-safe rehearsal environment. Basically, practicing before the pressure actually hits. So, how exactly do we build this cool, calm presence when, say, a terrifyingly difficult conversation is staring us down in just 20 minutes? Instead of going into full panic mode over these high-stakes scenarios, the app literally gives you a space to process your response while you're in the middle of the crisis. You open it precisely because you are right in the thick of it. This is where the AI coach steps in as your personal fail-safe. It helps you prepare a script, role-play the conversation, and practice speaking it out loud. You can even record audio and video to check your pacing, your posture, and your tone. The point here isn't to put on some fake theatrical performance. It's all about finding clarity and safety in low-stakes conditions before you face the real deal. And this creates a super fast, structured learning loop. Learn, practice, apply, and reflect. It just goes to show that simply knowing the theory of good leadership, that doesn't cut it. You have to physically practice it, apply it in the moment, and then look back and reflect on how it actually went. Okay, on to Section 4, building trust through action. Because trust is definitely not an abstract concept. Let's tackle a crucial element of workplace culture that we often fundamentally misunderstand. We throw the word trust around a lot, but what is it really? It's not just some buzzword painted on the break room wall. Trust is meticulously built through very specific daily actions. Following through on what you promised, communicating clearly, asking questions before jumping to terrible assumptions, owning up to your mistakes and fixing them fast, and of course, respecting boundaries. Do these things every single day, and trust just naturally follows. That takes us to Section 5, translating values into behavior, making the philosophical into something practical. Just like trust, all our big, lofty core values have to translate into undeniable actions. Let's demystify this a bit. Respect isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's the practiced action of actually listening without interrupting. Look at integrity. It's literally just doing what you said you were going to do. Courage isn't roaring like a lion, it's respectfully naming a concern. And humility is simply having the guts to say, hey, I don't know this. If you want to know what you really value, just look at your daily habits. And finally, Section 6, Stepping into Grounded Leadership. This is the ultimate transformation. Once we start spotting our own messy workplace patterns, like where we tend to avoid conflict or get super defensive, we start a real journey of professional growth. We move from insecurity straight into grounded self-leadership. We go from knee-jerk reactivity to a calm, reliable steadiness. Unclear communication turns into clarity and care. We stop hiding from difficult moments and instead learn how to repair them. It's an incredible evolution. When you get right down to it, LeadKind puts the development exactly where the learning happens, in those ordinary, messy, high-pressure moments, inside the meeting, right after the mistake. It all comes down to this simple, powerful sequence. Pause. Prepare. Practice. Communicate. Repair. Reflect. Lead yourself well. So, I'm going to leave you with this one thought to chew on as you head back to work today. Take a look around at your team's culture. Are you just passively swimming in the environment you were handed? Or, by learning to lead yourself first, are you ready to actually step up and positively shape it? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.